YouTubers, Max18363 here, and this is part 15 of my Dark Messiah Might and Magic playthrough on hard difficulty with narration. Chapter 6, Altar of the Skull. Video 2 out of 3 for this level. And I very nearly get killed off, but not quite. If I remember right, in the tower in the middle of the room there is a ring of fire protection that if you can clamber up you can get it, so if you need that it's there. And I think there's a couple of potions kicking around, but basically there's a little wheel at the end of the room you need to turn which lifts up the gate. As soon as you let go of the wheel the gate starts to close, so you've got to leg it. Obviously when you're operating the wheel there's no way I can do that while this ghoul is still going around. Unfortunately, he sort of followed me through into this section. My first charm spell didn't quite go off as I'd hoped. Because when you come into this section, the wall sort of closes up behind you, and I didn't think the ghoul would follow me through, but he did. So, unfortunately, I'm kind of sort of stuck on the top of this little tower thing now. Until I was basically at this point just trying to figure out a way of killing the ghoul, using a combination of charm spells and firing lots of arrows at it, which is hard because he wouldn't blink and stay still very long. So like I say, I mean, trying to fight this guy toe-to-toe with the skill set that I've got is just suicide. Trying to make a run for the wheel would just be suicide also, so like I say, it takes me a wee minute or two to kill him off. Get there eventually. I should point out as well, this is a boss fight video as well. There's kind of a boss fight near the end against one of the Lich Kings. Basically, a very powerful undead wizard, and he can summon, zombies and stuff to come and help him, as well as having access to some very powerful spells. And he can take a fair bit of killing, but I, in my infinite wisdom, managed to figure out a great way of killing him off very quickly, but we'll get to that closer to the time. So the ghoul's dead now, and I just sort of clear a wee path now, make a little run for it, take a bit of damage, but hey-ho, and this is a wheel here that you want to turn. Opens a little gate just down to the right there. Now I got lucky on this occasion because normally, I think it just depends on how the spawn goes, but normally just to the, at the end of the gate there's normally a whole bunch of zombies hovering about there, but I got lucky on this occasion because they hadn't spawned, so I was able to run right through. And just sort of a little coffin type thing, and that gets you into the next area. Use a little sanctuary spell just to kind of keep me right. Now I think there is a couple of weapons and stuff about kicking around here, but I don't go for it. I think you can use your telekinesis to land a statue on one of the pedestals. It opens up a secret bit. I can't really remember what's in there. I think it's just another Naga silk sword or something. I'm not really sure, but it's nothing critical.
The soul of the crone. That's what that vile cold is.
I think it might be. I can't really remember. I think it might be the lightning shield is in there actually. But there's other opportunities to get that a little later. So we're sort of down in this, way down in the bowels of the crypt now. This little swampy bit is simply flooded with zombies, and I am pretty convinced that the enemies are on an infinite respawn here. I've never been able to quite completely clear the area out. I am convinced they're on some kind of infinite spawn here. And the place is a bit of a maze as well, so I just kind of get some of the essentials, some potions and stuff like that. As long as you stay up on the rafters like I'm doing here, they can't actually get to you. Just watch your footing, obviously. But you know, they can't really get to you as long as you just watch where you're putting your feet. You're fairly safe. So yeah, just stick to the high ground, really. And then I just make a leg for it. So the next bit's the Lich King fight. So what happens is the final gem that we need. I have written down the name of that. You just give me 2 seconds. I've got a note of that somewhere. Try and find it. Bear with me. Yeah, Soul of the Crone, there it is. So yeah, this is area now. So the Soul of the Crone is kind of sitting over a wee coffin thing, but before we can get that, we need to defeat a Lich King. And what happens is this coffin sort of slides out, the roof comes up, and the Lich King sort of slowly hovers out of the sort of tomb, if you like. But it actually takes him a good few seconds to go through this animation, and during this animation he's actually completely vulnerable. You can still attack him and damage him before he even gets into a point where he can actually start fighting you back. So if you're quick and use a fast weapon like the daggers, you can really get hammered into him, and you won't be able to kill him off before he finishes going through the animation, but you'll have him near enough dead by that point. So that combined with a little sanctuary spell just while I'm finishing him off, you can get him killed off pretty quick. So as soon as the cover slides off, just start bashing into him, really get stuck in, and you can chip away a good chunk of his health before he actually fully resurrects. So I'll just let you watch for a minute, and then yeah, I'll conclude.
I sense a divider, a living worm that comes to slug its spirit and warmth.
So yeah, I mean, he just managed to hire some zombies resurrect some zombies to come and help him, because I did get poisoned there, but I didn't actually take any damage because I had my sanctuary spell up. So by the time he was actually in a position to actually try and defend himself, he was more or less dead. As you can see, it takes him a good few seconds to sort of rise up from his sleep, if you like, and actually get into a position to defend himself. So if you just get stuck in, the next wee section on the last wee minute here, you see me going for the Matrons Heart. That's the final gem that we need, and from there we can finally get into the altar room to get to the Skull of the Shadows. And this area is kind of, well, there's a little zombie to deal with here. Otherwise the area is packed with ghouls, and it's just a lot better to just simply run through it. You can actually avoid them altogether if you want to.
Sense another gem. The Matrons Heart.
There are items in the area. I mean, there's a set of shadow steel daggers up in the rafters. There's a lot of climbing, a lot of legwork, but you know, you can get to that. There's actually the first opportunity to get to the Bow of Fiery Rage as well, but you need to take on the ghouls to get to it. There's another opportunity in the next level, so I decided to just skip it this time. Get it in the next level where it's a lot easier. As well as a few other wee potions and stuff like that.
You can jump, as long as you hit the water.
But I mean, there's a good 3-4 ghouls going around, so many of them spawn back, and it's just a lot of fighting for weapons that I can simply get later on. Although I think I've already got the shadow steel daggers, I think. I'm not too sure. So it's just a case of climbing out and so the next video we'll sort of get into the altar room finally, where the Skull of Shadows is, and we have to go through one final test, if you like, to actually get access to it. And it's a very tough fight, because it's basically just a shitload of spiders, and unlike the previous time I dealt with spiders, I was able to completely bypass them way back in chapter 5, if you remember. But unfortunately on this occasion it's impossible to avoid them, you have to deal with them, so it's kind of a long, tough fight, and I did figure out a kind of way of dealing with them that's not necessarily the quickest method, but it gets the job done. But that'll be in the next video, so till the next time, thanks for watching, see you next time, take it easy.